Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Frayne. We are back with another video. Today we're looking at Kaspa. It's been a while since we did a video review on Kaspa. As always, if you enjoy the content, please make sure to smash that thumbs up button below, hit that subscribe button as well, and if you want to get notified, smash that bell notification icon, and don't forget to grab your completely free copy, The Rise of Bitcoin. It's linked below this video in the description. Grab it now and let's talk about Kaspa. So Kaspa has been having a pretty poor run of form and price action for the past couple of months. We've seen highs back in August, July of last year for Kaspa getting all the way up to about 20 cents, just under that 21 cents mark. A big retracement here all the way through November. And then much like the rest of the market, when we had the confirmation of the new Trump administration on November 5th, we saw the entire market start to take off and Kaspa had a nice move from about 10 cents all the way up to about 18, 19 cents here, an 84% increase in just over a 1 month period. So well done if you managed to capture that move to the upside. But it was short-lived. We had 2 or 3 days around that 20 cents mark before a pretty sharp drop down to about 16 cents by the 11th of December and then continued moving to the downside. Now, it's not just Kaspa that was making this type of pullback and correction in the market. It was Bitcoin pulling back in the aftermath of the Trump pump and it dragging the rest of the altcoin market to the downside with it. We did see Kaspa try to come back up and reclaim the 200-day simple moving average around that 15 cents mark by the middle of January. Unfortunately, we essentially got rejected, came back down, and we've been moving to the downside pretty much since then and currently sitting at about 7.5 cents. So definitely a far cry off those 20 to 21 cents highs from all the way back in August of 2024. And again, more recently getting up to almost 19 cents with the Trump pump. So, it's been a painful few weeks for the entire market, and it's never nice and not fun to see your bags moving to the downside with this type of price action. So zooming out here, again, because we've broken below the 200-day, I'm looking for the next major level of support. Maybe that's not going to come until we get down to these kind of 5.5 cents levels. We may have to see Kaspa coming down to retest these lows before getting a proper bounce and moving to the upside. Again, maybe that's a good area of accumulation. Maybe you're someone who's scooping this up between 8 and 5 cents here in this particular zone, because again, I do think there's strong support once we get down here if we can bounce and continue moving back to the upside. A lot of that is going to be predicated on what Bitcoin does over the next couple of weeks, and we've seen Bitcoin come all the way down here to 85,000 where we're at today, but just look at how low we wicked here in the past 2 days. We got down as low as 78,400, and that is what dragged Kaspa and many of these other tokens to the downside. The other chart I want to take a look at is the Kaspa dominance chart, because this one also paints not a fantastic picture if we zoom out and look at what's been happening here over the past year or two. Again, looking at where we got up to by the beginning of 2024 in terms of Kaspa dominance, we were all the way up at 0.22%. So Kaspa made up 0.22% of the entire crypto market cap. It had attained much more dominance compared to where we're at today. We did manage to get back up to those levels by August and September of last year. So Kaspa was actually outperforming the majority of the market during this late summer period into fall. And unfortunately, by the time we got back into October, we saw Kaspa dominance breaking below the 200-day simple moving average, coming down for a period of consolidation in this 0.14% area. Unfortunately, then again, we broke even lower by the middle of December in terms of dominance, breaking below this longer term support here around 0.11%. And just look at what happened here. That support goes all the way back to April of last year, where we got a really nice bounce for Kaspa dominance before shooting back to the upside. Unfortunately, by the time we got to December here, we broke below that support to the downside. We consolidated around the 0.09, 0.1% level. We came back up to retest and try to get back above this new resistance, and we got rejected. This is a textbook rejection here. We came perfectly back up to the same level at which was acting as support for the past year or so. We got rejected and we've come back down even lower. So we're currently sitting at about 0.07% dominance for Kaspa. This is the lowest it's been in a very, very long time. So this is not boding well, at least in the short term for Kaspa, for where its price could go in relation to the rest of the market. You know, if we map Kaspa against the price of Bitcoin here, bringing up a Kaspa chart, and mapping it against BTC, what you'll see is essentially significant outperformance here. You're seeing Bitcoin completely outperforming Kaspa, particularly since September of last year. We've had a huge move to the downside. This is indicative of Bitcoin significantly outperforming Kaspa. And if we measure that on a percentage basis, Bitcoin has essentially outperformed Kaspa by about 70% in the past 170 days. So when I'm investing and I'm looking at different assets and crypto tokens, I'm looking to invest in assets that are going to outperform Bitcoin. If I'm not purchasing Bitcoin, I want to be purchasing something or investing in something that I think has the capacity to outperform Bitcoin on a percentage basis. And it's pretty clear from looking at this exact chart that Bitcoin, particularly over the past 4 to 6 months, has significantly outperformed Kaspa. So you would have been much better off simply holding Bitcoin during this period. And then if you wanted to be doing pair trading, you could be purchasing Kaspa at these lows versus Bitcoin in order to try and ride that all the way back up again. So again, Kaspa is a layer 1 blockchain solution, guys. If you haven't seen some of the other videos we did deep dives on for Kaspa on the channel, you can check them out. I will leave links at the top of the screen here. You can just search them on my channel as well, just searching Kaspa in the search area. We've covered Kaspa, the silver to Bitcoin's digital gold, and the fact that we have a pretty similar emission schedule structure, at least for Kaspa, when it is compared to Bitcoin. Obviously, using its proof of work and block DAG consensus mechanism, it is extremely scalable and is essentially aiming to be a much better version of Bitcoin. Again, can we get the adoption that it would need in order to truly scale in a decentralized fashion? That is yet to be seen. Personally, I would love to see more activity happening on Kaspa in terms of decentralized finance in order to attract liquidity, in order to attract retail investors onto Kaspa and start using it. What does that mean? Well, it means I'd love to see more decentralized exchanges natively built on top of Kaspa. I'd like to see protocols in terms of lending and borrowing protocols and other DeFi protocols that will help to open up the floodgates for capital to be bridged across to Kaspa, and for those floodgates to open to allow more liquidity and more capital to float and rise the entire Kaspa network. And then I think price would be a natural follow-on for the price of Kaspa's token as a result of getting more liquidity and more TVL over onto the Kaspa blockchain. So I do still think there's potential here, guys. I know it's been a very painful few weeks, but if you are a true believer in Kaspa, maybe it's not a bad time to be thinking about scooping up some Kaspa at these prices between 5 and 8 cents. Like I said, again, this is not financial advice. Make sure, of course, you do your own research. But if you are a Kaspa believer and understand the mechanics of what is actually being built here under the hood with their block DAG structure, proof of work, consensus mechanism, then maybe you're thinking about this as a long-term play. So that is it for today's video, guys. As always, we are sponsored by Femex for today's video. Kaspa is available for purchase and trading over on Femex. I will leave a referral link in the video description below for you to check that out. Make sure you come on over and get a look at that as well. Again, the link for the rise of Bitcoin is in the description below this video. Make sure you go ahead and grab your own free copy of The Rise of Bitcoin is my gift to you. Again, if you got any value at all out of this video, please give it a thumbs up before you leave. It really helps with the algorithm. if you enjoyed it as well, make sure to subscribe, hit that bell notification icon, make sure to smash that thumbs up on the video below. And again, grab your free copy of the book. I'm excited to see you here for videos almost every single day on the channel. If you want more information about Kaspa, drop me some questions in the comments. And if you want an updated Kaspa price prediction, make sure you drop a comment to let me know if you want it. I will cover a new price prediction updated for 2025. It's been probably 4 to 6 months since we did an updated Kaspa price prediction. Drop a comment below, let me know, and we'll catch you in the next one.